right, folks, thanks for watching that break. As always, it helps fuel the channel. I really appreciate it, especially for the Prime users who are just chilling in chat. It's not the source of today's stream, but just a quick reminder that there's an exclamation mark giveaway command if you guys want to get in on that gleam.io link. The prize honestly isn't that astounding, but by helping us with this, you'll actually help provide more prize money for tournaments. Right now, these guys are committing $300 for 3 tournaments, but as they get more Twitter followers and they get more Telegram followers and all these things from the Gleam link, they're going to give us more money for more tournaments. And this is a 1-month only thing. This isn't like, hey, we're doing this for a year with like a chance of success. There's no need to go bet on esports. This is just like helping them build their social media presence in a legitimate way. So it's really cool that they'll do it through funding StarCraft tournaments instead of just paying a straight value to like some fake followers site.
Cool.
But anyways, the big, of course, contributors for today are you guys who've been using the Tippy code. It's $1. It costs nothing. You just add the code for free and add to the prize pool. The baseline prize for this tournament, if we use all the codes, is $1,000. We should be way over that though by the time it's done, because we've had some really generous people add in some of their own hard-earned cash, like Mr. Boris Makarov and 47ness and several others. So thank you guys, whether it's $1, $5, however much. It's cool to see. Boy, I see this cat breathing. Yeah, Nugget is alive.
She's cute and she's alive.
I like what's happening with her tail right now. It's really cute the way it's curved around.
Yeah. If only it was making a heart, that'd be perfect.
Well, don't you need 2 cats for that?
Yeah, that'd be an awfully weird little chink in the tail, like a heart with 1 cat.
She's just like missing a couple bones, so it's doable.
Yeah. Unfortunately, she'll never be able to make a heart with Apollo.
Spiritually, maybe the shadow gets cast. I don't know. You're right. Apollo has no tail.
Okay, how am I doing? There we go.
All right. Well, it is, like we said, the very last series today. The winner of this. Oh, I guess he finished kicking ass and taking names and hosted the stream. Although Beastie, I'm disappointed. You didn't do a /raid, bro. You did a /host. This is so 2017.
Oh my God.
Thank you for the host, man. Glad to have you on board. We shouted out his stream before. Someone could actually spam link BC's stream in chat. I'd really appreciate that, because the guy actually streams quite a bit. And if you guys liked his commentary, hopefully you go back and check it out some more. But we are getting into, like I said, the final series today. Let's get into Overgrown Facility. See whether Knight and Lillekanin or BratOK and Dimaga advance on. BC's in chat says, Hart, thanks for organizing all the tournaments. Dude, thank you for playing in said tournaments, man. And Bradford Oddfellow, thank you for the 11-month resub using this updated Ace 1, Ace 2 emotes. Yeah, looks good. But hey, we're officially over $1,000 now. 1,001 to be precise. Nice. And that's only day 1 of the groups. We still got tomorrow, guys. 5 best of 3s coming at you. Same sort of style, same sort of thing. But let's get into this. Top left side of the map. Excuse me, bottom left side of the map. We have the red Terran BratOK and the blue or teal Zerg Dimaga.
The top right as the purple Zerg, it is Knight. And the green Terran, Lillekanin.
Grazel also rocking us here with his presence. Thank you for the 4-month resub. Question in chat is Protoss no good for 2v2s? Honestly, it's hard to say what is and isn't good for 2v2s. Like, there's no balanced comparisons to be made the same way, but we don't actually have that many Protoss competing in the tournament, so let's just say yes. Let's say Protoss is bad for 2v2s. I don't know.
They do have, I think, the biggest disadvantage I can think of that doesn't put them out of 2v2s entirely, but kind of makes sense, is that their strengths really do lie in mid and late game. And since 2v2 is really mostly about aggression, they have some trouble supporting their partners in 2v2, as that was actually what we saw with Goblin.
I think there's ways around it, but that's another thing for another day. We just had 1,000 bits from a new bit cheer in chat. Midnight Lights! Oh, he's the Vohayo one too. It's super cute. Thank you for the 1,000 bits.
Yeah, it is also dependent on maps, someone notes, but the map pool we have currently, while it is a little changed from the real ladder map pool. The idea was that it mostly gets what people want, which is a safe expansion, at least one for each player, covered by both players. This one, Overgrown Facility, and this is why it's a little surprising it's chosen so often, is the biggest outlier, just because, well, the base are absolutely safe, and that's a good reason to choose it. You are a little disconnected from your partner, and this has been a problem in some of these games. You're
kind of disconnected from your partner. This goes back to me, though, where I'm just saying, like, look, you got a wall, you got a choke. As long as you both protect the same area, you're fine. Later on, it becomes a problem where you got these back rocks. Rarely this early is an issue, because you can just take the watchtower and you'll see this coming.
Well, if you block off the ramp, but in many of the games we've seen on Overgrown Facility, maybe not the last one, but the other ones, that was awkward. Yeah, the player to the left has not been able to save the Zerg on the right.
That's, by the way, the exact same way the same Reaper fight went down before for BratOK, which he won at the same location, just on the other side of the map. So, nice Reaper control there. Consistent.
Of course, this being a rematch is worth noting BratOK and DIMAGA were the ones that were victors. 2-0, wasn't it?
I don't recall, honestly.
Yeah, you know what? I don't recall anymore either. I thought it was 2-0, but I'm second guessing myself. Point is, they were able to edge it out. Seemed particularly strong. I know we were wondering about Knight's position back, now 4 series ago. But
we've seen better games out of a Knight, though, so it's like that first game might have just been the warm-up and the awkwardness. I don't know. But yeah, so this does go back to the very first match we cast today. Just so if you guys missed out, that's what we're referencing.
Yes, so like 2.5 hours ago. You'd think I'd be able to remember, but you're wrong.
You'd also think I'd know what Martin Luther King Day was, or where Europe or Germany was on a map, but I don't know those either.
Where is Europe on a map, Rifkin?
It's south of Africa.
Yeah. Well, if you keep going around, I mean, the world is a sphere, so you're not wrong.
Yeah, it's perspective. where are you standing? And that's
Oh, okay. That's enough of that. So the Zerg player is always going to be one that's vulnerable, just straight up. DIMAGA does not have anything protecting him here, and that's. Oh wait, no, that's the thing. Just kidding. They came from behind.
They came from behind. Good surround on the Hellions, actually shutting Lillekanin down. These guys crushed the defense. That was made to look so easy. And DIMAGA, it's worth noting, he did cut his workers to get more lings out early. He's going to make up for that now. So he didn't really lose a lot of workers just now, just working out low because of the way he had built this game out. However, this does present them the army supply to go for a really good counter. There's nothing inside this bunker.
It's a fake. Don't believe it's lies. Easy surround taken out just in case something could go into it, and this is a little bit scary for Knight and Lillekanin.
I love this point in chat. Africa, or Europe can't be south of Africa, because that would mean the world was a sphere, and we all know that it's flat. It's a good point, chat. Thank you. Oh, that Hellion shot. So many drones just died.
Lillekanin goes for the faster blue flame, I think, again.
I felt the great disturbance of the force.
The drones have already been killed. What's really important about this right here that we have not seen in other games is that both Zerg players are going for mutas. And Knight losing his drones, and I don't think he can really ask Lillekanin, a mech player, for gas, although he's only going Hellion, so maybe. Whoever wins a muta war, I feel really kind of wins in 2v2s when they're both going to go mech. The other players are both going to go mech. Well,
normally gas is the issue, but Knight's got so few workers, both minerals and gas are the issue. But if this was an uncontested situation, I think that's actually brilliant. That's a good compliment to one another. Send the gas over and just use the minerals for Hellions. Like, I could see that playing out really well late game, but unfortunately, it's a little too one-sided. Well, maybe Knight's mutas are a little bit faster and they get here pretty quick. It's still the fact that he's got nothing. Like, he's not going to be making many more mutas.
He'll be very disappointed to see mutas pop to take on his. Like, he's probably thinking this is the comeback move. This is fantastic. In fact, it is still a comeback move. Like, bringing someone else down to your level here. But like I said, I really believe that if both of their partners are going for something that doesn't have reliable mobile anti-air, whoever wins the muta fight just wins the 2v2. They're pretty abusive when they get into those higher numbers, and in a 2v2 you are given a lot of opportunities to go into those super high numbers.
Yeah. Oh geez, this is rough.
Yeah.
I would like to, you guys are laying down some checkmate type language in chat. Let me just check you here because you're correct. And that's only if you continue to update your coordinates. However, if you start going south and then don't correct for north, but still just continue going that straight line, it will still have been south of your original direction.
Yeah. If you only have a compass when you start and then you lose it at some point, what is it really?
Well, you know what? I could argue that, but I'm not going to. It just, yeah. Checkmate, nerds. Go back to your flat Earth theories, or I mean your sphere Earth theories.
Yeah. Seriously, our chat's been kind of nerdy, disregarding the flat Earth theories for a second. The entirety of the first hour was Linux.
What's a parabola?
You don't talk about Linux. Nerds.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Calvin and Hobbes for some reason.
I don't get that joke.
No, I don't know. For some reason, I thought you were going to say Calvin and Hobbes.
Who talks about Linux? Calvin and Hobbes?
See, now you said it. Oh man, I must have seen through the future.
You seen right through it? You didn't see it?
Exactly, I went past it, see? Thank you, Chicken Man. HKG Chicken Man coming back for 9 months on that resub. Then Evader Nate, thank you for the 14 months as well. 14 months of epic Terran StarCraft gaming.
Okay.
I don't know. These aren't really worthy.
Well, I don't know why, because he saw the one of mine, decided he didn't want to take it, then decided he did want the SCV, so he had the shot anyways. It was just weird. But then I thought, you know, he probably is like, I could lose a couple mutas as long as I don't lose all my mutas. So who cares?
Oh, that's a spicy joint line.
I think Dimaga and BratOK are going to give themselves a 1-0 lead. Knight is
on the back at
close
least.
to useless.
Oh.
Yeah.
0 drones. Literally 0 drones remain. GG. As many drones as they have a score. Feels bad, man. BratOK and Dimaga securing the 1-0 victory here in the decider match. But, of course, they need 2 to actually lock this down. BitGoes, thank you for the 3-month resub. Mutas are spraying chemtrails. Yeah, and they're turning our frogs gay.
What? But it's weird though, cause like frogs, like they can mutate.
Who's that guy that's Alex Jones or something? Man, like what a meme! Like what a meme! Seriously. All right, what's the next map here, Zombie? What map we jumping into?
Sludge City.
Sludge City. I would show you guys a preview, but my client's still just loading spinning circles and nothing else, so I don't really have the option to. But yo, Hard Revenge tweeted the clip of me talking about the Knuckles thing to Joey. I almost want to like get a crowdfunding thing going for that project to see who would support stupid fucking Knuckles memes in StarCraft. Like, don't change anything else in the game, just Zerglings and Hydras, and make the Hydras sound be like, and have the Zergling attack be like, dude, I'll be the first one to fund that campaign.
No.
StarCraft VR chat. You could like have the different avatars that are really popular in the game be like the avatars. I gotta stop. All right, Sludge City. As soon as the players are ready, let's rock and roll. Game 2 in the last best of 3. If you're just tuning in, BratOK and Dimaga lead 1-0. Nurchio and Beastie already out of the group in first place. And I guess a bit of a preview for tomorrow's groups too, before you guys all disappear today. We've got Hearthstone and a Laser playing against Practice X and Larry, and then Optimus and Euthermal versus Denver and Clem. Again, it'll be 5 best of 3s, a whole group. Hopefully we get to see everybody play everybody.
Cool.
But I'm a little bit surprised to see, I mean, granted, I know it's hard to get, we got front page hype, right? Like there's a little bit of inflation there, but it's cool to still see that we got a lot of people active in chat. We got the prize pool pumped up thanks to you guys who are actually here and not just like tuning in for 5 seconds and leaving. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I love seeing 2v2 get that support. But all right, guys, it's game 2. Top left side, they're down 1 at the moment. It's the Green Terran, Lillekanin, and his ally, Knights.
In the bottom right, as the purple Zerg, it is Dimaga. In the red Terran, BratOK.
Second Turn to Kill says this is the first tournament testing the new balance patch. Is that live? That's not live, is it?
I just saw that, and then I saw Drogo tweet at a bunch of Terrans and Zerg saying, "Hello, Blizzard, my Stalkers don't 3-shot Marines anymore." Hello?
I'll have to, I guess we click on the Stalker and see. Oh, no, there's no Stalker in this game. What changed for this?
Yeah,
this is Ravens,
the Raven and the
Hydras.
Ghost. Hydras, yeah, we could have seen the Hydras, but we never got that far in the game. That was pretty dead.
This is, maybe live, but not affecting the tournament.
Yeah, it really isn't.
I think the problem is, though, you're still not, like, a lot of the taboos in 1v1, you're still not going to see much of in 2v2. Like, sure, you can get away with some more things in 2v2, but you're still less likely to see Mass Raven be a build. You're less likely to see, like, a lot of these things that you might want to see. Like, nukes aren't suddenly coming out. We're not going to see a lot of ghosts produced out of Lillekanin, despite whatever changes came down.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Lillekanin is kind of a weird player, but...
Actually, what's funny is this still won't affect tomorrow very much either. There's no Protoss in tomorrow's group, right?
Hey. Well...
Actually, wasn't, I wonder, was Practice X or Larry, were one of them Protoss?
Yes. Yeah, there is a Protoss in there. I think it's Larry.
Okay. So we might see a little bit of that come into effect, but... Luckily, we've got about a couple of days until we see it actually affect things, because you've got Cheesadelphia this weekend, we got BTSL Light on Friday, so yeah, we won't see too much of it if it is actually live.
No. Well, that's still interesting for everyone to look in the ladder, I suppose. It was a bit of a surprise. I know, right? Because even if I don't remember that it's happening, I straight up didn't know it was happening. I thought those were still, like, you know, maybes.
Yeah, I thought those were proposed changes. I didn't realize that was a concrete, like, hey, we're pushing this through 100%. So that's certainly interesting.
And it usually has a bit of an update so that you're at least like, what's updating for? Oh, there's a patch, but I don't remember seeing an update either.
Well, we'll see if that matters or not. Obviously, again, I don't think it'll affect this series too much, but sure will be awkward. Dimaga goes for the Hydra Den and is like, oh wait, what? Why are there 2 upgrades instead of 1?
So far, BratOK and Dimaga have had the better trades in the early game. The last game, man, the surprise Lings, I think, not just surprised me, but were an actual attempt at baiting the Lings of Night and Lillekanin's Hellions to get onto creep. Once they're on creep, it was extra difficult to go back to the choke on the ramp, and that's partially why they were surrounded like they were, giving them a huge lead in the early game. It was tricky.
I'm gonna say, by the way, I guess it's confirmed. I just saw Manda tweet about it too. Wait, what? Why is it live? Is this like the Hawaiian Missile Crisis thing? They got like 2 buttons at Blizzard. One's like patch goes live, and the other one's test patch going live.
My favorite one so far, because everyone's like making fun of how the design could be that terrible. You don't even have to like complete a word to do it. Is an ad pops up.
Yes,
and it shits everything down.
No, I saw that one, and there was another one where it's like on your phone, and then as you go to press on the phone, it loads down. I hate that. That tilts me so much.
I cannot believe, by the way, like I only heard about it 8 hours after when someone brought up how it happened. Not even that it did happen. Like I missed it entirely.
I didn't understand the severity of it. I thought it was just like, oh, there's a missile coming, not like, hey, there's a nuclear missile coming. So when people are starting to type about how like they're saying goodbyes to all their loved ones and shit, I'm like, shit, like that's some heavy stuff to consider. I put myself in their shoes. I'm like, I don't know what I would do. I'm actually so cynical about life at this point. I'm like, ah, fuck it. Like, okay.
One of the most terrifying sounds I think ever is a tornado siren, which I think is the same thing they use for missiles. But I think I would just freeze up out of fear. You know, I mean, I should try and do something, but I don't think I would.
I think the one thing I would actually do is probably message someone like you or someone I trust. Be like, okay, here's my passwords for everything. If I don't make it through the night, here you go.
Oh, thanks.
Delete my internet history. Don't let them find it.
Well, this attack coming in from Night and Lillekanin is quite a dedicated one, but BratOK and Dimaga were able to see that it was coming. Tried to get some defenses up. A little bit late to it, but the Spine Crawlers, neither of us are going to finish. The tank's on the high ground. This is still, I think, very doable for them.
The high ground tank and the Spines actually finishing is so sick for the defense. Lillekanin and Knight went for a really good attack, but it's not good enough.
Nah. And I said that was pretty dedicated. They are down in workers. Not like so much so that it's like get out of the game scrub. I mean, Dimaga had to spend a lot in defending, being the one on the forefront with his hatchery, but he has tech. He has mutas on the way. And Knight is only just starting his lair. There's not going to be much anti-air. We've gone over this with everyone going mech, and Lillekanin is trying to get Engineering Bay, to his credit, but he, you know, the mutas will still control everything else about this game. They'll pick off production, they'll pick off SCVs anyways, and they'll pin Lillekanin Knight back in their bases.
So people are talking about alerts and stuff on their phones. I actually, coming from Canada, we don't have like an Amber Alert system. And BlizzCon this year, myself and my friend Sailor Salty were in the hotel room, and just like our phone starts making this horrible. So I'm like, what the fuck is that? She's like, oh, it's an Amber Alert. Like, it's nothing. I'm like, what? That's like, first off, I feel like, hey, if the system was working the way they intended it to, nobody would shrug it off and be like, oh, it's nothing. But like, secondly, wow, it was annoying. Like, Jesus Christ, it was annoying.
Yeah, it's really for people, I would say, that are driving, I think is the best one, because it's usually details of the car.
Yeah, you're looking around and see
I guess you could look out your window and see if it's like your neighbor, which would be terrifying, but possible.
Oh, I thought this was going to get stopped right away with some OK Micro, but Knight doesn't pull the drones at all and loses quite a few to that blue flame attack. Ouch. Of course, Dimaga looking to combo that with the mutas coming in afterwards. Anti-air being a big problem for these players.
Yeah. Now, I mean, this is such a different scenario, but it's still a tough one. I mean, mutas are so good, especially against mech, but even if this guy was, even if Luke was on bio, Thor goes down with a bit of a magic box. Cyclones will take out like maybe 3 or even 4 mutas if they're kind of lock on. But
what's so astonishing about that was like the links around shouldn't have been there. That's the reason that Thor went down so quick. The SCVs tried to repair it, but they couldn't get surface area.
Yeah. These Cyclones are doing really well. The splash from the Thor was still useful, and the Cyclones can run away from the mutas. It's just a matter of them keeping in range, so it's a dance, very much so. And because Dimaga probably thought that he was going to win the game or do like the game-ending damage again, he did stick around for perhaps a little too long.
That being said, all he's got to do is come back now and provide high ground vision, and these tanks can go buck wild. Roaches aren't going to do it. There's not enough anti-terror. Like, oh, Thors can't come in on this. This is bad. Dimaga's attack may have been held, but I don't know that BratOK's can be. BratOK is sitting here on a significant army supply.
And there's really not much they can do. I mean, that Nidus Worm in the series ago or whatever, that was great, but with mutas around, they could take off all the overlords that would provide for Nidus Worms. They could straight up take on Knight's army without Hydralisks. This is a winning move.
That's a big deal too, because it's basically prize money. Remember, last place in the tournament right now is a little over $100, so it's the difference of getting nothing versus a guaranteed $100.
Well, here's the break. Is it gonna work? There aren't like so many tanks, but there's lots of Hellbats protecting them. The Cyclones even getting them extra shots here.
He's not corrosive biling the tanks though, and I think while this might clean up the fight, this has already done more than enough damage. BratOK and Dimaga are rocking and rolling on the other side of the field. Yeah. If the immediate counter is enough to do some damage, maybe they'll feel the sting. But I think BratOK's already got tanks repositioning themselves. He knows where the attack's coming because of where the scan went to. Dimaga's double expanding. This is going to be really tough to do lasting damage.
Mutas still rule, and Dimaga stopped making mutas, which is like a little scary, but only to make Brood Lords instead. If they can buy time for these Great Aspire to finish, the Corruptors will be out ready to go.
This is so killer for me, because you look at the way Nurchio used his Roaches and Ravagers to break tanks. It's the exact same way Knight should be doing it, but he's not. You know, throwing Corrosive Biles on maybe you hit a Cyclone, that's kind of cool, but if you guarantee remove the tank, like, it's way better. It's way more effective.
Diddly-dallying is terrible for Lillekanin Knight. I don't think they have any knowledge of a Great Aspire. Maybe they're thinking that Dimaga could be that greedy. But even if they thought about it, there's not much they could do. I like that Lillekanin's trying to also kind of double expand here. Be really greedy while he thinks he has the chance. Brood Lords, man, how are they going to deal with that?
Yeah, this is a game too where if the anti-air from Lillekanin had been through air, right? A lot of Vikings, a couple of Liberators, then maybe they'd have a solution. I mean, you could actually argue Thors are good for anti-Brood Lords too, but he just doesn't have enough of them. Yeah.
He doesn't have enough production even for perhaps the
wait,
the Hellbats. Yeah,
Roaches. I had a moment of like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he wouldn't even, like, maybe be able to afford Thors or the Hellbats to cover the Thors. And he's still making Cyclones, which do have anti-air, but... And they do have range, but it's questionable.
Yeah, this is, I guess... Talk about like what can counter this, right? At least Blue Flame will keep the Broodlings from getting too out of hand, hypothetically. But they scan this. Now they know this is coming. Thors are coming out because it's the only thing they can really do. I honestly might argue Widowmines could be better if they had time to get Drilling Claws, but they don't.
Right. So he's got to go right into Thor and Hellbats, especially. Maybe buy time for the Blue Flame. Looks like it will finish. Knight is going to try and go for a Spire. Better try to go for it now than think that your opponent could handle it and just not have it at all.
You need money for a Spire, though. You're not going to get money if you keep bleeding out drones. These Blue Flame Hellions that awkwardly just walked into the main. Like, almost not even contested. Too many drones go down. Now the Broodlords start their attack.
Hatchy's going to die. I was already so low. Nothing. No, Knight is counterattacking. I was wondering if that was what they're going to try and do and buy time, but BratOK is there to defend. Blue Flame Hellions and Spine Crawlers take care of a lot of supply.
Yeah, Lillekanin's going to pick up a base or two, maybe, but it's not going to be anything close to like a base trade, which is happening over here with the Broodlords being pretty much unstoppable. Now, you're going to need a lot of Thors in single target mode to actually one-shot down the Broodlords, so he's not got that as an option.
Nah, and there's so many Broodlords, too, that, if there's 6 of them and you have 3 Thors and 7 Hellbats, like, you have a decent shot, but going up to 10, no, more than 10, 15.
I do like what he's attempting to do. He says, look, I'm going to lose this base, so he pulls the SCVs back to the planetary. He might actually be able to fight around a planetary.
Yeah. Let's see. Not too many Hellbats to stop the onslaught of Broodlings.
You know what, though? This was 1v2 for Dimaga. Now BratOK's going to join the fight. It's going to be 2v2, and I think this will be a little bit too much. But Dimaga's pretty much already winning the game on his own. There's the GG. There's the tap out. Ladies and gentlemen, BratOK and Dimaga. Patch Banka going to be moving out in second place for the group.
Yep.
All right, not too bad. But that does mean Dimaga and BratOK, alongside Nurchio and BCQD, will be the 2 teams that make it to the semifinals. Tomorrow, we're going to have Group A play out. I know technically the streaming Group A came first, whatever, for structuring of order. But as I said, a lot of good players coming out tomorrow. And I hope you guys will join us for that same time, 10 a.m. Pacific, starting out here. We're going to have Hearthstone and a Laser versus Practice X and Larry. Then Optimus Thermal versus Denver and Clem. Again, these are actually like not even shabby European players. Like a Laser is one of the best Zergs there are. Optimus Thermal, really good. Terrans, Hearthstone, pretty good too. And while Denver and Clem are kind of climbing up there, and Practice X and Larry are the 2v2 pros in the group. We'll see if that's enough to take on the intense power that comes with these other 6 players and the other 3 teams as being some of the best 1v1 players Europe has to offer. It's gonna be a tough day tomorrow for everybody, that's for sure. But make sure you come out and join us for it. We're going to end the stream here with some ads, so when we come back, we'll say our goodbyes. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back in a couple minutes.